What's going on, guys? This is my match preview and my starting 11 for tonight's game, Brentford versus Manchester United. First time in, I can't remember how long they said now, but a lot of years since we played them. They're going to be massively up for it because of that. And it's a tough place to go to in the league, a bit like a Wolves is to go to, do you know what I mean? But it's a closed stadium, like the crowd's very close to the pitch. And the atmosphere that they have there is tremendous, and it's going to be really tough. It's hard to predict a score for this one. They got some big players in their team, like in terms of set pieces, which we struggle to deal with anyway. So I wouldn't be surprised if they could get a goal from a header or something like that, from a corner or free kick, because they do have some big bodies in there. But if we're being honest, we should have the quality to win these types of games, but we struggled against Norwich. We struggle against everyone, if we're being honest, because of the problems at the club, the failure to get new players in, the defensive midfielder that we've been crying out for ages, still not happening, which probably won't happen till the summer at least now. And just players underperforming, throwing their toys out the pram, dressing room problems, and you're going against a team like Brentford that are still on the bounce of coming up, newly promoted, and they've, as I said, the fans are behind them in that stadium. It's close to the pitch. It's going to be tough. I'm feeling that it's going to be... I can't see us getting a win. Like, we've done it before against other teams when we haven't deserved to. But because of the factors I've just put into the video, like about the stadium, the fans, the bounce, and they fight a lot, Brentford. And they're unlucky a lot not to get more points than they do. I can't see anything better for us than a draw. Maybe we will nick it 1-0 maybe, or a 2-1. But I can't see it. I think it's more likely that it'll be a draw or Brentford will win. As I said, I don't think that we got the fluidity in our team, the chemistry that Brentford have. We have better quality players, but they're performing more as individuals and not as a team. And I don't care who you are and how good you are, you can't do things on your own and win games like for 90 minutes. You might have moments, but you still have to play as a team to get to them moments for that individual to shine. So, for me, it's a tight one. I think there will only be one goal in it if either team wins. But I'm going to go for a 2-2. As I said, I think it's going to be a struggle. It's going to be scrappy. It's going to be probably not the best football, not the most exciting. And we're going to have to earn everything. So even if we get a draw, it's going to be tough. And yeah, I can't see us winning it. I wouldn't be massively surprised if we nick it, but I think it's more likely that they nick it or we get a draw. So I'm going to go 2-2. I'm hearing Pogba's back and Rashford and Ronaldo trained as well. Martial obviously isn't going to be involved anymore. He's saying that he's in this. I think Ranić said he's involved in the squad and he might train, but we know he's going to go. I think Donny van der Beek we need to stop talking about now. I just don't think it's going to happen with him. You know what I mean? It should have happened by now. So he's definitely going to want to be going as well. So I think Martial and Donny, we need to stop talking about and putting hopes in, because it's not happening anymore. They will be off. In terms of the lineup, I've gone with David De Gea, Dalot, Varane and Lindelof at the centre-back. Luke Shaw at left-back. I just fancy him a bit more than Telles in that position, because I do like Telles, but I think defensively Shaw is better. And going forward, he's probably not as good with set pieces, although he's okay with that, sure. I think going forward, just overall backwards and forwards and overall ability, I think he's a bit better than Telles. So I'd go with Shaw. Pogba, I would put back into the team if he's fit enough. They're saying that he's been training, so I would have Pogba in the midfield. Now, it's a tough one. I could understand if you didn't want to throw him straight back into a game like this and just have him on the bench to come on, because it's going to be hard for him to get up to pace straight away. But I would risk it and put him in, because when he does perform, he's easily one of the best players on the pitch. It's probably not most likely that that's going to happen if they do start him, because he's been out for so long. But I would start him, because I think that he's better than McTominay or Fred. And obviously, I originally went with Donny and Fred, but then I remembered that Pogba has been training, and I don't think Pogba and Donny would work. And plus, Donny's not got a chance anyway. We know this. So I would go with Pogba and I would partner him with Fred. But I do think McTominay will come back into the side. And I think it'll be McTominay and Fred that will start for Ranić, and Pogba will probably come off the bench. But I would go with Pogba and Fred, and then I'd go with Sancho on the right, Bruno in the middle, and Alanga on the left, and then Ronaldo up top. I think Cavani has had his chance recently and he's disappointed. His work rate off the ball is unquestionable, and you know what you're going to get with that every game from Cavani. But on the ball and certain chances and that he's had recently, I've not been impressed with him. He's not had a lot of service, but when he has been involved in little moments, he's been poor for me. So Ronaldo has to come back in. Alanga on the left needs to keep his place because he's been a breath of fresh air. Bruno obviously got man of the match in the last game, and I think he deserved it. And Sancho, as I said before, he needs a run of games and more time under his belt. So Sancho, for me, has to play. Greenwood has been very selfish recently in his performances. Whether that's a maturity thing or not, we'll have to wait and see. But I think Sancho, I would definitely go over ahead of Greenwood because he's more of a team player, I feel. So Sancho has to be in. And that would be my lineup. As I said, I'm very worried about this game. I do think we could get the 3 points, but it's very, very unlikely. We'd have to be performing to a certain standard and level that I don't think we're getting close to at the moment. So for me, I think it's going to be a draw. So I'm going to go 2-2. It's going to be a tough one. I'm excited for the game later, though. I do like watching Brentford just from the simple fact that the fans get behind them so much, and it's more of a community, old school team. It's not one of these massive new built stadiums, and do you know what I mean? I don't like that in football now. Like, it looks good on the eye, but you take away the community and the history from the older stadiums. So I like that about Brentford, and there is a modernisation to their stadium anyway, but you still have that community factor and feel to them. So I like that about them. It's going to be a tough evening for us. So I'm nervous, but I'm excited as well, and I look forward to watching the game later. Let me know your lineup in the comments, guys, and your thoughts on the game. And I'll see you guys soon. Hope it's a good match, and hopefully I'll do the player recaps tomorrow with good ratings, with a good performance. I'll speak to you guys soon.